has a 26-foot additional mast and a bowsprit. The main mast is more than 82 feet high. The ship has 5 sails and 5 different decks, each built with a tropical hardwood called Iroko and pinewood. The ship will be in port in Bay City until Sunday. Visitors will be able to tour the ship decks from 10 until 1 and from 3 to 9 each day. Tickets are $15 for adults, $5 for children, and $35 for families. Visit nowtrinidad.org for tickets. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has appointed a Midland woman to the Manufactured Housing Commission for a 3-year term. The commission is responsible for uniform policy relating to all phases of manufactured housing, business, manufactured housing parks, and seasonal manufactured housing parks. Jennifer Letourneau is a custom frame designer and customer service manager for Michaels. Letourneau is appointed to represent residents of manufactured housing parks for a term commencing August 18th and expiring May 20th of 2025. She succeeds Alicia Deshevsky, whose term expired May 9th. Nearly 150 miles an hour. That's what police estimate the Dodge Challenger Hellcat was doing as they chased him in Genesee County Wednesday night. Police say a 23-year-old Flint man was drag racing with another unidentified vehicle on I-475. When they attempted to pull the vehicles over, the Flint man fled the scene, reaching those high speeds. State police assisted by tracking the vehicle with a helicopter as it met Flint. The car eventually came to a stop, and police were able to arrest the man on charges of fleeing and eluding. He's being held in the Genesee County Jail. Wsgw News Time, 9:07.
Where are you going, Steve?
Taking your car to Paintbull.
The body shop? What happened?
Relax. Paintbull's more than a body shop. They do detailing, rust proofing, even ceramic graphing coating applications.
Ceramic what?
No idea, but it sounds cool.
Whew. I thought you were going to Paintbull because you wrecked my car.
No. We just need a new bumper.
What?
Gotta go. Get your vehicle looking great at Paintbull on Bay Road in Saginaw. We're more than a body shop. Visit paintbullrepair.com.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. This time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AA Wealth Management, LLC.
WSGW News Time, 9:08. The arguments have concluded, and a decision is expected this morning in the legal challenge to Michigan's law banning abortion. John Hewitt reports.
After 2 days of testimony, final arguments were made in the governor's request to extend a temporary restraining order barring enforcement of Michigan's 1931 law banning abortion. Handling closing arguments for the state of Michigan was Christina Grossi, Chief Deputy of the Department of Attorney General.
Women are upset because in June of 2022, they woke up one day and to find that with the stroke of the pen, they had been relegated to second-class citizens in their own homes. And women are upset and angry because in the greatest country in the world, to critical health care.
In his closing, Attorney David Coleman, who represented 2 county prosecutors opposed to the governor's request, offered this.
There's a lot more public interest here than just pregnant mothers who want to have an abortion. There's a public interest in 30,000 babies who are being aborted every year.
Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Jacob Cunningham says he will rule at 10:30 Friday morning. And either way the ruling goes, it will likely be appealed to the state Supreme Court. John Hewitt, Michigan News Network.
Beaumont Health and Spectrum Health System have announced a $20 million investment to support the nursing program at Oakland University. Beaumont Health President Dr. Ben Schwartz says the shortage of nurses during the COVID pandemic impacted the entire state of Michigan, not just Metro Detroit.
This partnership creates a stronger pipeline for us to train the next generation of nurses. These funds to directly address the need for highly skilled nurses in the region.
$10 million will be set aside for student grants, and the other half will be used for infrastructure to accommodate the influx in students. Grant recipients will be on a path to become BHSH system team members for at least 2 years after graduation. A federal judge will stay in charge of a lawsuit that seeks to close a Great Lakes oil pipeline. U.S. District Judge Janet Neff retained jurisdiction Thursday in a case involving Enbridge Energy's Line 5, which stretches across the Mackinac waterway connecting Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel filed the case to close the company in 2019 and court. Neff sided with the Canadian company, which contends regulation of the pipeline is a federal matter. Neff also is considering a separate Enbridge suit challenging Governor Gretchen Whitmer's order to decommission Line 5. Whitmer and Nessel say the pipeline is an environmental hazard, while Enbridge says it's safe. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 9/11. I'm Dave Maurer.
Here's your WSDW Weatherology Forecast. Mostly sunny for today. Highs top out near 86 degrees. Winds south-southwesterly 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, cleared to 64. Winds south around 5 miles per hour. Saturday, partly sunny. Chance for showers and storms developing or building into the area by mid to late afternoon. Highs head back to 86. Winds south-southwest 5 to 10. Saturday night, showers and storms likely. Lows fall back to 65, and then still chance for showers and storms on Sunday. I'm Phil Jensko with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now, it's 66.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And a good morning to you all. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW from my Saginaw Spirit home studio on this Friday morning. Later on after the 10 o'clock news, we'll have open phones. At 11 o'clock, D Street Music will be the subject of our focus program. But for this first hour, got a couple of hooligans with me this morning that are going to talk about something. No, they're both good friends of mine, and they are true talents in what they do. And they represent this morning the Saginaw Choral Society. First of all, we say good morning to Rick Roberts. Rick, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. Nice to have you, or be here today. Sorry.
Thanks. And by the way, you can watch us on stream if you want to see these three faces here, the three of you. Also with us this morning, but not in his home port. He's on the road because he has a concert to do. We say good morning to the one and only Kevin Coles.
Good morning, Art, from the Cuyahoga Lakes Music Festival in upstate New York. I'm in the middle of the Adirondacks, and it is awfully beautiful here.
You have a concert coming up?
Yes, tomorrow night. It's called Marvin and His Music. It's a Gershwin, excuse me. I'm so used to that. It's a Hamlish evening, and I'm part of it. I did not put it together. The conductor, Ernie Green, who was Marvin's cover conductor for 12 years, and a good friend of mine, has put it together with vocalist and me at the piano. And this is outdoors, right with the lake as the background. It's just wonderful. And to top it all off, the grounds that we are performing on is owned by the festival just recently, and it's an abandoned amusement park.
Oh, really?
So technically, the space we're playing in used to be the bumper car ride.
Okay. That explains your shirt.
That's why I'm wearing such colorful shirts, here today.
Folks, if you can turn on the stream and see this. I don't know how to describe the shirt.
It's actually SpongeBob and Patrick on summer vacation. Is what it is. Lots of pineapples. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyway, All right. So the Saginaw Choral Society has a show coming up 26th, 27th at the Court Theater. Tell us about it, Rick.
Well, this is a new pilot program for the Saginaw Choral Society, which obviously Kevin and I are very excited about. One of the things that happens around the Great Lakes Bay region is most of the arts organizations, at least the performing arts, kind of take a downtime from May to September, October. And the Choral Society thought, well, what if we help try to fill that void? So this is the first time we've done a jukebox musical. It's called I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. And we are performing it in a beautiful little venue that's been restored. I don't know if you've been there yet, Art.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Port Street Theater.
So you said jukebox music. Explain what a jukebox is.
All right. So a jukebox musical, first of all, it is one of the most prolific forms of musical. Most people don't know that. But a jukebox musical is a show that has music that is either from a certain genre, from a certain time period, like the 70s, or a certain composer. This particular jukebox musical is each individual song. There's no through line. So the characters, there's no beginning, middle, and end except for the individual songs. So we have 4 actors, 54 separate characters that they play in 22 songs. And each song is something that tells part of love and relationships. And that's the only thing that holds it together is that.
Are these 4 actors from the Choral Society?
Yes, they are. We have there's 2 men and 2 women. The 2 men are Jeremiah Kraniak, of course, Zach Bauer, and the 2 women are Katie Beltran and Brianne Dolney. And all 4 of them were recently seen on stage at the Saginaw Temple Theater in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat that the Choral Society finished their season with.
Now, are they the only 4, or is a Choral
That's
Society?
it. 4
Just
people.
4, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin, what's your role in all this? I know.
Well, I'm music director, and it's been a real pleasure to work with 4 people who do their homework, are exceptional vocalists and very fine actors. And I'm at the piano, and that's the only accompaniment. So I'm the whole orchestra, and Rick has generously put me on stage, right center stage in the back. So I provide a little scenery as well, but it's a really great, I'll tell you what, it's a great score. And the reason why is because, like Joseph, the songs are written in all these great styles. There's a tango, there's an Elvis type song, there's a waltz, there's a real touching kind of comedic song between 2 elderly people at a funeral. So you get a whole variety of styles. And, it's a handful for the pianist because you have to really fill it in. And and I will echo what Rick just said, the Court Street Theater, for being a movie house and recently putting more live events on their stage that Rick can talk about. But to our knowledge, this is the first time they've had a full musical on their stage.
Yeah, the Brayleys have done a great job down there.
Listen, I will tell you, Art, Stephanie Brayley, through this whole process, because it is so new to them also, she has been overwhelmingly accommodating. I mean, if anybody needs a place to do a production, please call her, because she is really, even though we're renting the venue, she's been absolutely part of the team. Call her up. Can we do this? Yes, you can.
Do you have to bring in the sound system?
Well, we do have to bring in sound and lights. That is, they have a sound system, but it's primarily for film. So the technology that we use, of course, is quite different. So we are loading into the theater on Sunday with lights and sound. And Jerry Dennis, my longtime collaborator, who's a set designer from Saginaw Valley State University, is designed the set, and we are actually putting it all together, loading in today and tomorrow.
Yeah. Rick Roberts mentioned Saginaw Valley State University, where he was now a retired professor of the arts.
Yes. and I'm busier than ever.
And Kevin, you're going to be center stage in this production. So let me give you a piece of old man talking to son advice.
Okay.
Don't wear that shirt.
Yes. I was hoping you'd say that.
We'll see.
We're going to take a break and be back with more. We're talking to Kevin Cole and Rick Roberts. The production is I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. It's going to be at the Court Street Theater, 1216 Court Street in Saginaw. And it's Friday, August 26th at 7:30 p.m., Saturday, August 27th at 7:30 p.m. We'll talk about tickets and all that good stuff when we return here on the Art Lewis Show. And let me take a moment to talk to you about my friends at the Thalen Auto Group, Thalen Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Bay City, the subject of my thoughts right now. And if you're thinking about maybe buying a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram truck, you owe it to yourself to go online to thinkthalen.com, where you can complete 80% of the purchase online. You still have to come in, sign the paperwork, pick up the car, but for the most part, you can build your own. You can do most of the paperwork online. And Thalen has new vehicles arriving all the time. Find out what they have and make sure your name gets on one of them. Well, don't forget, if you're looking to move up to a newer pre-owned car or truck, the Thalen Auto Group on North Euclid Avenue in Bay City has pre-owned and inspected vehicles from all of the Thalen dealerships in one place, offering you one of the largest inventories in the Great Lakes Bay region. See for yourself. Stop in. Then sit down with a Thalen representative, strike your best deal on the car of your dreams, and drive it away. Thalen, the family's been serving your automotive needs for over 45 years. Stop in or visit them online at thinkthalen.com.
Consider a move to Wellspring Senior Living Campus in Saginaw.
There's a huge amount of trust that's built in that process of deciding where you're going to move, when you're going to sell your house. It's important when you walk into a place that you look around. Do the residents look happy? Are the staff interacting with them? How were you treated when you walked through the door? This is the next step to your journey. I want to give the right recommendation. Lead these people in the right direction. They've trusted me.
Schedule a tour today at wellspringlutheran.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Summer is here, the perfect time to save some money. Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out all of our deals going on right now from Tri-City Motor Speedway, One Up Games and Repairs, JB's Market in Munger, Norrie's of Auburn, Daylight Outfitters, and more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. Plus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
General Motors shareholders will be receiving dividends again. GM suspended the payments in April of 2020 to preserve cash during the early days of the pandemic. Now it plans to resume paying dividends in mid-September and will also return to buying back stock. GM says it has confidence the company can grow while it invests in electric vehicles and other ventures. Shares are jumping. Its earnings were stronger than forecast, and it named former Ulta Beauty Chief Executive Mary Dillon as its new CEO starting in September. Deere & Company saw its profit rise, helped by demand for farm and construction equipment. It is dealing with higher prices and supply chain issues. Despite a mixed quarter, Deere sees demand remaining strong. That's your Fox Business. Nico Solda, invested in you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 87 now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building, fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
Ground ball to third base. Cody Clemens fields down to scope one. Relay to first. Inning ending 5.
Play.
The Tigers play 6:50 tonight on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, Friday, August 26th and 27th at the Court Theater. It's called I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. An interesting title for a production. And, the two guys that are involved in producing it and making it happen, Rick Roberts and Kevin Cole with us from the Saginaw Choral Society. And Rick, your job is what? Are you the producer or the director?
No. Well, the Choral Society is a producing organization, which basically means that they put the money in the hopes that we make the money back plus. And my role is the director, directing and choreographing the show. But I also work hand in hand with the Choral Society as their production manager. So also props and costumes and things like that. It's a pretty small group of people putting this together for our first one.
And Kevin, I know you're musical director, but you're also on the board of the Choral Society, aren't you?
I am, and what's exciting for me is that Jeremiah, who's in the production, is our conductor, and Katie Beltran is our new president of the board. So I love that the two big kahunas are, they're not just sitting back and going, oh, we'll come and see the production. They're working their tails off and are in the show. So I love that I'm part of a working board in that respect.
All right, let's spend a minute here talking about tickets.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get them?
Well, so you can call the Saginaw Choral Society office. Their tickets it's an interesting space there because it's intimate, but it's long. So every single seat has great view of the stage.
Right.
The floor tickets are $25. There is a premier seating, much like the Temple Theater has. They use it in their balcony. Beautiful, luxurious seats. Those are $40, but that does come with hospitality included. And we do have some very exclusive VIP tables that are down front, right in front of the stage. And those tables seat from 4 to 8 people. And those are $500 for those seats, for the tables, excuse me. But that also includes all hospitality.
And where do you call? What's the number? Do you have the number?
Saginaw Choral Society, 792-1812. It's 1812, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
I was going to let you go, but I figured what the heck.
Well, now everything's on speed dial.
989-753-1812.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, Art, before we continue, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, from the entire Saginaw Choral Society organization from top to bottom, congratulations on recently being inducted into the Broadcasters Hall of Fame. We are all just tickled to death for you. It's well-deserved. And if we had an Arts Supporter Hall of Fame, you would be in that too. Because I've been trying to think of the first time I worked with you. It was 40 years ago. You've been supporting the arts.
Years. I mean, that goes back to the drum corps.
Yeah, 40 years.
Yeah, exactly 40 years.
Yeah, and you've always been supporting the arts, and all of us, just appreciate that so much coming from you.
Well, it's, listen, I have a strong belief that the arts in all forms add to the quality of life of any community.
I agree.
I wonder how many people realize how blessed we are in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's an area of approximately 400,000 people to have not one, but 2 symphony orchestras, to have not one choral society, but several, to have several theaters, pit and balcony, and the Bay City Players, of course. Kevin, you've been involved, the Midland Center for the Arts. We have so much arts around here. I don't think people realize just how good they have it sometimes.
They don't. And if you look on paper, if you look at the Saginaw has roughly 50,000 people. We have no business having all the arts organizations we have, but yet those 50,000 support at least 10 different organizations in Saginaw alone. And it's why it thrives, and it is part of the community.
So what are the, this is on a serious note now, guys. So let's start with you, Kevin. You've been in the arts all your life. What do the arts mean to you?
Well, without my community and the support I had as a kid to keep playing and keep performing, I wouldn't be doing this, because they're your first test audience to let you know that you're on track. I remember going to All Saints, where I went to first before I went to the Interlochen Arts Academy to graduate from there, that even though they had a music program at my high school, it wasn't feeding me enough. So that's why I started offering my services as accompanist to Handy High School, to Garber High School, for their shows and their choirs. That's why I got involved in the Bay City Players. God bless them, because I not only was on stage, but I was musical director, and then started doing other programs for them. And then Saginaw Symphony, back in the Gideon Growl days, I was studying with his wife, and then they had me as orchestral pianist and then soloist. So all of those events happening to me in my formative musical years made me able to leave the area with the secure feeling that I'm doing what I was meant to do.
And a couple of things to note about Kevin. We all remember the commercial of the little kid who was supposed to practice his piano, but he turns on a recording and sneaks out the window. Yeah. This was not Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin snuck in the window to play more piano.
Right. I had a machine that threw the football to the kids while I practiced,
And then I don't, I might have asked you this over the years, Rick, if you don't know it. Mm-hmm. I dubbed Kevin a Gershwinologist. I don't know how many years ago, decades ago.
Yep.
It sort of stuck.
It has.
What led a young kid in a rock and roll era to land on Gershwin?
Two events. Seeing the movie Rhapsody in Blue from 1945, the Warner Brothers pick with Robert Alda playing Gershwin. I was 7 years old, and I was already playing piano for 3 years. So that hearing that big dose of Gershwin really made me curious about him and about his music. Then when I met Ed Jablonski, who was from Bay City, who was the premier author of biographies on Gershwin and all the other great songwriters, meeting him at 15 and playing for him, and him saying, you sound like Gershwin when you play, when I had never heard Gershwin play. So those events kind of, even though I was studying classical music with my teachers at that time, I didn't feel like I had to choose one or the other, the Gershwin and American Songbook and Broadway or classical. I like to do both, but eventually you have to have something that makes people want to hire you. And of course, what do? I hang my shingle on the piece that's played more than any piece in the world, Rhapsody in Blue, and they're all supposed to hire me instead of 500 other pianists. But it's been a good platform, or soapbox, if you want to call it that, about American music, and that's what I've championed and continue to.
And Rick, and I've known Rick since the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
You even made a foray into New York to try your hand at Broadway and all those things. And then you came back here. You taught arts, Saginaw Valley State University. What drew you into it?
It's interesting because you mentioned Pit and Balcony earlier. The very first time I ever stepped foot on stage was in 1975, and their production of Oliver. The director then was Todd Booth. I think he's out west or out east now. So this is my 46th year in the arts, and I'm 56 years old. And I did what Kevin said about how it forms this basis, this bedrock of all the things you do as you grow older. By the time I got to college, I already had done 40 productions. And then I went into instrumental music with the drum and bugle corps and toured all over the nation. And then I sang professionally. I went to New York. None of those things would have never have happened, except for the fact that I started in a community that said, "Hey, you can do this. It's not just people from Los Angeles or Chicago or Atlanta getting the chance to do this. You can do this too." The thing about it was there was so much opportunity. It's out there. If you look for it, it's out there. One thing that drives me crazy is when I hear people say, "Oh, there's nothing to do in Saginaw." Are you kidding? There are so many events in the same night. Sometimes you have to roll the dice to see which one you're going to go to.
Well, it's true. You know, you set your sights high, you go for it. We both Rick and Kevin and I have a mutual friend in Brian Darcy James, and back on Broadway Into the Woods right now.
Yep.
So I mean, he's risen to the top.
Yes.
Number of Tony Award nominations, and you really can't. And the young man in Bay City,
Ryan Vandenboom,
Vandenboom.
He's in MJ right now, the Michael Jackson show, but now he's in Andy Blankenbuehler, who's the choreographer for Hamilton and the tops of his field. He's in a new musical that's going to be off Broadway starting in October, and he's playing a lead opposite Terrace Mann. You know, and so it's crazy.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah,
You know, Art, it was funny when you mentioned Brian Darcy James. In 1997, Brian Darcy James was starring on Broadway in Titanic,
right?
And which was on like 55th Street, and I was starring in the musical That's Life off Broadway on 60th Street. And at points I'd sit there and think, how is that possible? That these two kids who used to actually compete each other for roles that pinned up when we were kids, and all of a sudden we're both in New York, 5 blocks away from each other performing, and that kind of stuff always boggled my mind.
And if I remember right, and I don't remember who it was, Brian, one of the shows Brian was in, I'm not sure if Shrek or which one, was not the director from Saginaw? If I remember.
Yes, Jack O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
right.
And Jack O'Brien's an Arthur Hill graduate and went to school with my mother.
All right, guys, hang on. I got to take a break. We'll be back. We're talking to Rick Roberts and Kevin Cole. And coming up the 26th and 27th, the Choral Society production, I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. More on that when we return.
Bad roads cost Michiganders over $600 a year in car repairs. This is Congressman Dan Kildee, and we can... That's why I worked with Republicans and Democrats to pass the bipartisan infrastructure law, and now billions are coming to fix roads, remove lead pipes, and expand high-speed internet. Improving our infrastructure means good-paying Michigan jobs. I'll keep working in Congress to deliver for you.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Doug. Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now is the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-915-8288 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Pharmacy, 800-915-8288 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-915-8288 and ask about our express shipping option and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Call U.S. Pharmacy right now, 800-915-8288. That's 800-915-8288.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. Companies might deliver a lot of hay. ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
And we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, talking to Rick Roberts, the director of an upcoming production of I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change for the Saginaw Choral Society, and its musical director and Gershwinologist and Hamletologist and whatever kind of other pianologist you want, Kevin Cole. I got to do. I can't resist that, Kevin. You know that.
I know. I love it.
So this production, I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change, is something that's been done elsewhere?
Actually, it's interesting. I directed the show 12 years ago at SVSU.
Oh, really?
We had a very successful summer season that was funded primarily through Eric Gilbertson, who was the university president at the time, and he is a very fine supporter of the art. And he challenged us to do productions during the summer. So we always did. I always directed a jukebox musical. This one, the Andrews Brothers. You actually were our voiceover announcer for the show called The Taffetas.
Yes, I remember.
So we did a bunch of those. The reason we chose this one first is because of the universality of it. I mean, it is the tagline for the play is this: everything you have ever secretly thought about dating, romance, marriage, lovers, husbands, wives, and in-laws, but were afraid to admit. So hence the title, I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. And how many times in relationships have we not thought about that very thing, you know?
That's and the songs are the conveyance.
Yes, the very first number starts with the first date. So the show isn't, even though the individual scenes aren't specifically connected together by character, they are connected through this arc of a relationship. So the very first scene of the show is 4 people getting ready for a first date. The very last scene of the show is a very poignant number where there are 2 elderly people who have lost their spouses. They meet in a funeral home of the person they don't know. They just go to funerals to meet people because they're lonely. And that's the final number in the show. So that's the arc of the show.
So, Kevin, these songs, are these recognizable songs or are these songs that were written for this show?
They were written for the show by at the time, because the show came out in 1997 off Broadway. And I might make note to your listeners that this is the second longest running off-Broadway show in theater history. The Fantastics is still, the record holder, but this show ran nearly 6,000 performances off Broadway. Wow. And to this day, it's been translated in over 17 languages, and there are productions happening all over the world at any given time. I had the good fortune back in 2002 to be hired by Goodspeed Opera House in Connecticut, where they premiere a lot of new shows. And they were doing a revival of Babes in Arms, the Rodgers and Hart show, and they hired me to do dance music arrangements. But they hired Joe DiPietro, the guy who wrote the book and lyrics for I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change, to rewrite the book of that old cookie. So I got to know him, and he's just the nicest, low-key guy you could ever imagine. But his big Tony winner was Memphis, the musical, of more recent years. But he's done the books for All Shook Up and the Gershwin show, Nice Work If You Can Get It. So he's really at the top of his form. But he's got this show, which is his evergreen, that will, I'm sure, bring in the royalties as long as he's here, you know. And Rick and I are hoping to do the same, because we are also starting to collaborate on original shows. And so this is only the second show I've been musical director for Rick. The first one was they're playing our song, with Mrs. Hamish came in for, and we had such a good time with that when he asked me, we're going to try to kick off something new with Choral Society, which I said, yeah, I'm game, because I love working with Rick. He's so efficient. He's so kind to his performers, because he is a performer, and I'm glad I've had that experience on stage, because that makes me more sensitive to working with actors.
Yeah. All right, guys, hang on.
Yeah.
Come back. We'll talk a little more about how we put on a show like this when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
At Wildfire Credit Union, loan rates are low and cash is back. Borrow for the things you want. Consolidate high-interest credit cards, or refinance a loan and watch your monthly payments go down. We have members who save thousands of dollars and get cash back. It's easy to open a new loan or move an existing one to Wildfire. Just call, click, or come by any Wildfire branch in Saginaw, Midland, or Bay City and ask for cash back now through the end of August. We've got great rates and personalized solutions for your borrowing needs. Enjoy the things you want. Save money with lower monthly payments. Plus, get cash back.
It's coming back round again. Cash is back. Tell a friend. It's coming back.
Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better.
Cash is back. Tell a friend.
New loans only, subject to credit approval, equal housing lender.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $1 were stolen last year alone. Now, it can be dangerously. And LifeLock.com by Norton, they make it simple and easy to protect yourself. And if you become a victim, they're going to work to fix it for you. Now, look, no one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can now save up to 25% off their first year when you use the promo code Hannity and call 1-800-LifeLock or just go to LifeLock.com.
Baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis. No matter what your game is, defense matters. Same thing goes for COVID. Help protect yourself with a booster shot. Now recommended for people 5 years and older. Schedule an appointment as soon as you are eligible following completion of your primary series. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right. Start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
Me. The Saginaw Boxing Club is reaching for new heights with the purchase of a new building. I'm your host, Larry Rodarte, and this week, Jay Garcia tells us his family's boxing story and how he's continuing on with that inspirational legacy. Join us.
Mi Gente on Air, Sunday evenings at 8 on WSGW and online WSGW.com.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. And we're talking to Rick Roberts and Kevin Cole about an upcoming production called I Love You, You're Perfect Exchange for the benefit of the Saginaw Choral Society. The Court Theater, 1216 Court Street, Friday, August 26th at 7:30, Saturday, August 27th at 7:30. For tickets, call the Choral Society at 989-753-1812.
They can also be bought online. If you go to the SaginawChoralSociety.com, you'll see the logo. Click the logo, and it goes right into buying them online.
Okay. Now, let me ask both of you this question. Since this is a production that's been around a long time, you both probably have seen it one time or another, maybe more than once. When you sit down to direct a production like this or run the music for a production like this, is it your attempt to be faithful to the original director, the original music director, or do you come in with a blank sheet and say, let's see what I can do with it?
The original intent for me as a director is to support 100% always the text or the lyrics of the show. Because some of these productions that I've done for I Love You are in massive theaters, huge places, which has a lot more ability for blocking, movement, things like that. The Court Street Theater is very intimate. So even if I had wanted to, if I saw it in New York and said, oh, I like that idea, it may physically not work in the venue that we're at. So usually when a director approaches something, they try to put, of course, it's filtered through my experiences, and the original director was filtered through his or her experiences. So there may be some things that look the same, obviously. There's a scene that's set in a car called The Highway to Love. The entire song is in a car, a family of four on a car trip. It's always done on chairs because you can't physically put a car on stage. So there are some things that certainly will look similar, but I rarely look at stuff and go, oh, I want to use that,
Yeah. Kevin, how much can you play with the music?
Well, from a music standpoint, the songs and the vocal ranges for each of the four characters is already dictated. They do, it's kind of unusual that this team did this. They do give you some of the big numbers in alternative keys, higher and lower, in the back of the vocal book. So if you have a singer that would sound better a little higher or a little lower, the music's already printed out. But in our case, if you cast the show correctly, you already have people who vocally are in the ballpark.
Right.
The other thing that's interesting is that, as Rick said, there's like 54 different characters these four people have to play. And we have free license to, if a song was for one character, we can say, oh well, we're going to give this to her. It's made so that we can adjust the songs to whatever performer we want. Because as Rick said, this character is in the same character in the next scene. So that gives us lots of flexibility. And I think we were able to make this so that each performer shines and you won't feel there's any weak spots because of that. So it's a great way to showcase four really fine performers.
Let's talk just for a minute, because I want to make sure we get this in. You mentioned this, Rick. This is the first new series for the Choral Society. What else is ahead?
Well, we have a terrific season coming up. The first thing we're doing is Art in the Garden, which is an opera event at the Saginaw Art Museum, which we did last year. Matter of fact, it's 2.5 weeks after this show closes, we have that. And then, of course, the Saginaw Choral Society at the Temple Theater for their annual Christmas show, which is just an enormous production. And then we're doing a classical piece at First Presbyterian Church called the Duraflay Requiem, which is a beautiful piece with organ that is not done very often. And our final production of the year will be a Broadway concert at the Temple Theater in May.
No, you missed one.
Oh,
you missed one. And Kevin's raising his hand.
Which one is it?
Cabaret. Our cabaret.
Cabaret
at the Court Theater, our little cabaret show.
And I think Rick's Wi-Fi froze on him.
Oh,
so you and I'll have to talk.
Yeah. In February on Valentine's. Well, near Valentine's Day. Yeah. So the cabaret, which I've done two of, this will be my third. I'm at the piano. It showcases performers from the Choral Society. But our theme this year, since we're so close to Valentine's, will be all about love. Kind of similar to the show we're doing right now.
You guys are stuck on something here.
Yeah, but to that point, because this is a pilot jukebox musical, we need to pack the theater so that it shows that people want this sort of thing, number one.
Mm-hmm.
So to that point, I'm going to give a shout out to all my Chet's Corner bar patrons who love good music on the piano and love to drink. And since there'll be hospitality, which not all theaters have, they better come because this is a hilarious show. I cannot stress and there are a couple poignant numbers, but for the most part, every scene is something really funny that people will say, I either know a person like that or that happened to me.
Like
yeah, that happened to me. So all you people, it's just me on the piano, plenty of adult beverages, and high humor. Now that's the best combination of all, I think.
All right. So again, the upcoming show, I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change, at the magnificent Court Street Theater. And tickets available at 989-753-1812 or online at the Choral Society. And what's that website, Rick?
SaginawChoralSociety.com.
Very easy to do.
Yes. And this show, Art, is this is an adult themed show. It's definitely for 16 plus. There is some mature scenes. There's some language, but nothing, profane. But it certainly is. I would not bring anybody under 16.
All right, good enough. Kevin, when's your concert? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow night on the beautiful Caroga Lake. I'm going to be tearing it up with Marvin's greatest hits.
Yeah, don't wear that shirt to that either.
No.
I don't know. I'm in an abandoned amusement park, so this could work.
Oh, it could. Yeah, maybe. Rick, my friend, always good to talk to you.
You too. Thank you so much, Art.
Thanks, Art.
All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Rick Roberts and Kevin Cole, and the production is I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change, the 26th and 27th at the Court Theater, and 7:30 p.m. is the start time. 989-753-1812 is the number to call, or SaginawChoralSociety.com.
Your day starts before the sun rises. Once your boots hit the ground, you head out to a field, a barn, or a tractor. As stewards of the land, you know anything worth doing is worth doing right. At Farm Bureau Insurance, we've always believed in and practiced this same philosophy. From heaving bales and weaning calves to harvests, it's all about an honest day's work. Knowing your insurance provider is rooted in Michigan offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Find your coverage in Vassar, Millington, and Mayville. Call Denny Miller at 989-823-8493.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Daylight Outfitters. You are going to get 1 hour of axe throwing for a group of 4 or 1 hour of video archery for a group of 4 for only $40. It's usually $80, but you are getting it half off. Daylight Outfitters is located at 664 West Isabella Road in Midland. Axe throwing participants must RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
All right, that'll do it for the first hour of the Art Lewis Show. We'll have open phones next hour. We're going to talk a little television. I'll explain that when we return here on WSGW.
From the Preview Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour,
presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. There's worry in southern Ukraine. Russia may make a move to cut off the country from the power supply from its own nuclear plant. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres spoke today during a stop in Odessa.
First of all, what is true is that if we demilitarize, as we propose, the plant, the problem will be solved. And obviously, the electricity from Zaporizhia is Ukrainian electricity, and it's necessary, especially during the winter, for the Ukrainian people.
We could get a look at the affidavit soon that paved the way for the FBI search at Mar-a-Lago. A judge in Florida okayed its release after highly sensitive portions. CBS's Catherine Herridge.
The Justice Department has just 6 days to propose what information should be blacked out or redacted from that affidavit. The Trump spokesman said the entire record should be public.
The school board in Fargo, North Dakota has reversed course and reinstated a rule to recite the Pledge of Allegiance at the start of monthly meetings. People across the country had joined conservative lawmakers there who complained when they scrapped it. The board did away with the pledge after new members complained the part about under God doesn't include all faiths. Police have arrested a 39-year-old man in connection with a series of apparent random shootings on I-85 in eastern Alabama and western Georgia. Auburn Assistant Police Chief Michael Harris.
The investigation is ongoing at this time, and no motive for these seemingly random shootings has been determined at this point.
One driver was shot in the head and seriously wounded. Medical experts hope new research leads to more help for kids. CBS's Michael George.
Scientists have identified 70 genes that are strongly linked to autism. The new findings are part of a massive study of more than 150,000 people conducted through the Mount Sinai Health System. Doctors say they now have more insight into how genes and the biology of the brain connect to autism, and the genes identified will help with treatment in the future.
Turning to the synthetic opioid fentanyl, it's responsible for nearly 70% of deadly overdoses, and it's the leading cause of death for people 18 to 45 years old now. Ann Milgram, administrator at the Drug Enforcement Administration, tells CBS Mornings,
Fentanyl, widespread drug we've ever seen. If it does not kill someone, the likelihood of them becoming addicted and buying more and more is very high.
Sunday is National Fentanyl Prevention and Awareness Day. The Dow is down 268. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and max speed with Indeed. Their hiring solution platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Tigers baseball is a tradition passed down through generations, and the best value for your family is at Comerica Park with a Meyer Sunday Family Value Deal. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of starting at just $69. Pick your Sunday and create fun family memories at Comerica Park.
The throw to the plate, not in time. Tigers win.
See the Tigers take on the Angels this Sunday at 1:40 p.m. Go to tigers.com/value. No one roots like Detroit roots.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
How do you make the most of your friends who run with us on a John Deere mower? They tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards who work behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor would say,
If it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
Then there's the Mosers, who they mention from the seat of their John Deere Gator UTV.
It can't be all work and not play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is WSGW News.
32 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Dave Maurer. Saginaw Stars bus system is holding a public hearing today at 3:15 to review a new route system and services. The hearing will be held in the Stars headquarters boardroom at 615 Johnson Street. Anyone unable to attend can send written comments to Executive Director Glenn Steffens by mail or email at gsteffens@saginaw-stars.com. All Stars fixed route buses can take riders from their closest bus stop to and from headquarters for free to attend the hearing. The Midland Center for the Arts has received a $5 million contribution for the renovation of its. The pledge comes from the Herbert H. and Grace A. Dow Foundation. The $47 million renovation project will improve the interior space of the museum while maintaining the building's physical structure, which was originally designed by architect Alden B. Dow, the son of Herbert H. and Grace A. Dow. Residents of Saginaw, Bay City, and Midland have an opportunity to connect with local law enforcement and get a free meal. Beginning Sunday, August 28th, outside the Dow Event Center, Bridge the Gap's new Feed the City tour will be providing free food to residents at local restaurants. The purpose of the event is to help promote positive relations in law enforcement and the communities they serve. The tour will be making stops at the Midland Center of the Arts on Tuesday, August 30th, and Winona Park in Bay City on Sunday, September 11th. Betsy DeVos, former U.S. Education Secretary and West Michigan native, claims President Biden put his hands on her shoulders and his forehead to hers during a conversation while she was in a wheelchair recovering from a hip injury. DeVos was on the Megyn Kelly Show podcast and claimed that Mr. Biden's actions would violate the sexual harassment rules he is proposing for the nation's colleges.
If he had done that as a student on a college campus, under his proposed rule, I would have a Title IX sexual harassment allegation to, levy against him.
DeVos said it was the first time the two had ever met. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
Where are you going, Steve?
Taking your car to Paintbull.
The buttons.
Relax. Paintbull's more than a body shop. They do detailing, rust proofing, even ceramic graphene coating applications.
Ceramic what?
No idea, but it sounds cool.
Whew, I thought you were going to Paintbull because you wrecked my car.
No, we just need a new bumper.
What?
Gotta go.
Get your vehicle looking great at Paintbull on Bay Road in Saginaw. We're more than a body shop. Visit paintbullrepair.com.
For over 20 years, you have known Sunrise Awnings as the home of the shady deal. Living in Michigan, we are always looking for ways to spend more time outdoors, especially now. Sunrise Awnings provides homeowners that opportunity to expand their living space with Sunsetter or Summer Space Awnings. Enjoy family and friends, protected from the sun, rain, and heat. Call Sunrise Awnings today to take advantage of that outdoor lifestyle you enjoy. Check us out at sunriseawnings.net. Get the most out of your patio and deck with a retractable awning from Sunrise Awnings.
W News Time, now 10:08. Two men are facing charges in Huron County after allegedly trying to meet up with underage males using the internet. Huron County Sheriff Kelly Hansen said several other agencies assisted his department with a sting operation, resulting in the arrest of 66-year-old Dennis Bales of Port Huron and 70-year-old Dale Ignash of Fillion. Hansen says the two men thought they were communicating with underage males online, but were actually in contact with members of law enforcement. Ignash has been released on a $10,000 bond. Bale's bond was raised to $200,000. Hansen says he had prior sex-related convictions and is on the Michigan Sex Offender Registry. The leader of a national white supremacist group that advocates for violence against the government has been resentenced by a Washtenaw County judge. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel announced that Judge Patrick Conlon sentenced Justin Watkins of Bad Axe to 56 months to 20 years. He pleaded guilty to gang membership felonies in connection to a incident in Dexter in which Watkins and his co-defendant, Alfred Gorman, used intimidation tactics at a family's home and posted messages to other members of the base targeting the home. In May, Watkins was sentenced to at least 32 months for conspiring to train for civil disorder in Tuscola County Circuit Court. That case resulted from joint investigations by Michigan State Police at the Carroll Post and the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. General RV Center, based in Wixom with locations in the Great Lakes Bay region, has been recognized as the 12th fastest growing business in Michigan by Crain's Detroit. The annual list ranks Michigan companies by their increase in revenue from 2018 to 2021. Companies must also certify that they've been profitable in order to qualify for consideration. General RV was previously recognized by Crain's Detroit in its Private 200 and Michigan's largest family-owned company. RV is celebrating 60 years in business and reports an increase in revenue of more than 31% from 2020 to 2021. Thousands of people will take to the St. Clair River in Port Huron this Sunday for the Port Huron Float Down, riding on rafts and other flotation devices to Marysville, some 7.5 miles. Coast Guard Port Huron Senior Chief John Boyer says it's dangerous.
It is an unsanctioned event, so we don't have a whole lot of visibility on participation. In years past, it seems anywhere from 1,000 to 6,000 people.
For those who do take part, Boyer says put your ID and cell phone in a waterproof bag because in 2016, 1,500 people were pushed over to Canada and had to clear through Canadian immigration and U.S. Customs. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 10:11. I'm Dave Maurer.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. We'll see mostly sunny skies here for your day today with a high into the mid-80s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tonight, partly cloudy sky conditions with a low around 64. By Saturday, a chance for showers and thunderstorms here late. Partial sunshine develops, a high around 86. Then on Sunday, a chance for showers and storms again, cloudy, high of 79. Monday, a slight chance for some rain showers here. Blend of clouds and sunshine develops, high of 81 degrees. Then by Tuesday, mostly sunny sky conditions, we'll see high of 83. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Vuchitsky with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 70.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and on GW.com.
And good morning. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show. My thanks to Rick Roberts and Kevin Cole for joining us in the first hour. We'll talk about the Saginaw Choral Society. This hour is going to be open phones, but it's a Friday, so we like to keep it a little bit lighter, not talk about politics so much and things like that. I'm going to talk a little bit about television, but I just pulled this email down. I just received this email. The headline on the email is Governor Whitmer celebrates Michigan's ranking as the 8th best state to start a career. How about that? And the reasons for this notoriety and allowing us to be the 8th best state to start a career are based on several factors. Average rent price, cost of living, average entry-level salary, the number of job openings available, racial and ethnic diversity, percentage of young people between the ages of 25 and 34, women's equality, educational attainment, and level of fun. And we had high scores in all those areas. So congratulations to the state of Michigan. If you're looking to start a career, this would be the place. I want to talk about that other entertainment venue, television. Yeah, every now and then we talk about television on radio. We are thrilled to death that you choose to listen to us, and we thank each and every one in the audience all the time for being there for us. But we also know that people watch television. I do, and all my friends do, so why not talk about it once in a while? So what I'm going to ask you today is simple. Depending how old you are, compare the TV shows of the past to the TV shows of today. What is your favorite TV show all time? And what's your favorite show today? And I'll talk about my likes and dislikes. My wife will tell you, if you ask her, my favorite television show, bar none, is NCIS, and always has been since the days it came on the air back in 2003 or 4, whenever it was. It was a spinoff from the old JAG TV show, of which I was also a fan back then. And I have always thought the casting, the ensemble, and the storyline was first rate. And that continues today, and the show has survived cast changes over the years. They've lost some of their major players. They lost Cody DiPablo, who played Ziva David on the show. They lost Michael Weatherly, who played Tony DiNozzo. They've lost the gal that replaced Ziva David, played Bishop on the show. They lost Paulie Perrette, who played Abby Shuto, the forensic scientist. But yet they've managed to find replacements that have held their own. And that goes today. Mark Harmon stepped back from being on the show. He's still executive producer. But they now have a new person running the team. And he's doing pretty well. The show just has a life of its own. And occasionally they bring back some of the old players. Cody DiPablo did a 5-arc series back in 2019. They brought her back after 6 years off the show because of public demand. And they leave these things open. Tony DiNozzo's still out there living in Paris, supposedly, now with Cody DiPablo, Ziva David. Who knows? They may come back again, even for a short arc. We may see Mark Harmon again. We don't know. And they keep you going that way. They're in their 20th season. It's not quite the same record as the crime show SVU, which has been on, I think, longer, but it's still quite a record, quite a run. So that's my favorite. The other thing we watch a lot of here in the house, we watch a lot of the Food Channel. We're kind of hooked on food shows, and we could talk about that. But we have a caller, so let's go to our phones. We have Cynthia in Midland with us this morning. Cynthia, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you doing?
We're doing well, thanks.
Good. First, I wanted to just do a positive Friday shout out to all the farmers and gardeners that put out free veggies and flowers at little stands outside their homes.
Amen.
There happens to be one in Auburn that I pass by on my way from Midland to Bay City once a week. And, tomato or pepper, just kind of a one-off item. Really appreciate it. And
Uh-oh! What happened? Somebody did click. I heard a click, which means somebody pushed a button. See if we can get some... Cynthia, if you're listening, call back. We'll get you on. We have no idea what happened there, except I heard the click, which isn't good. Cynthia in Midland, call back because I wanted to hear what you had to say. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll take a break. We'll come back, and hopefully Cynthia will call back from Midland, and we'll get her on again.
Lumberjack Restaurant in West Branch. If you're fixing for one of those meals where you need to wear a trash bag to eat it, then the Lumberjack Restaurant has the answers to your cravings. Try the Big Axe Burger. Double ground beef patty, bacon, mushrooms, onions, cheese, with a big old pile of pot roast and barbecue sauce on top that'll make you go, oh, wait. So get your axe up to the Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch. Exit 212, I-75, where hunger goes to die.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why post a job on ZipRecruiter, get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even...
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
General Motors shareholders will be receiving dividends again. GM suspended the payments in April of 2020 to preserve cash during the early days of the pandemic. Now it plans to resume paying dividends in mid-September and will also return to buying back stock. GM says it has confidence the company can grow while it invests in electric vehicles and other ventures. Foot Locker shares are jumping. Its earnings were stronger than forecast, and it named former Ulta Beauty Chief Executive Mary Dillon as its new CEO. Deere & Company saw its profit rise, helped by demand for farm and construction equipment. It is dealing with higher prices and supply chain issues. Despite a mixed quarter, Deere sees demand remaining strong. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Your home for Michigan Wolverines football is the defending Big Ten champions are ready to prove that last year was not a fluke.
He's going to go down the sideline. Blake Corum. Touchdown, Michigan. Donovan Edwards on the wheel route at the midfield stripe. At the 5. Touchdown, Michigan. He's in the end zone. Pick 6. DJ Turner.
The season kicks off against the Colorado State Rams at the Big House on Saturday, September 3rd. Game day coverage at 11 a.m. with kickoff at noon on 790 News Radio Wsgw. The history.
2-1. Listen to 106,000 fans.
The tradition.
Haskins scores his 5th of the day.
The memories.
And he fires for the end zone. Touchdown! Mario Manningham, and Michigan will win.
Michigan football is on WSGW.
Ground ball to third base. Cody Clemens fields down to Scope. Inning-ending 5-4-3 double play.
The Tigers play 6:50 tonight on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show, and back with us from Midland. We were talking to Cynthia before the gremlin stepped in. Good morning again, Cynthia.
Good morning, Art. So second shout out to the farmers and the gardeners.
Absolutely.
We're giving a second shout out, and I on the television shows, I agree with you on NCIS. I like all of them. But I was an old McLeod and fan.
Wow.
I think they were Sunday night mystery movies that came on.
I like McLeod.
Yeah, me too. So just, a throwback to that. And then, of course, who can forget Jack Lord and the old Hawaii Five-O?
The original. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Book of Dano.
Loyal to both the old and new. I like the new one, too. So,
yeah, very good.
Appreciate you, and just wanted to give a shout out. I'm an avid television person, have been my whole life, and I think there's still a lot of good television out there. You just gotta find it.
I think there's actually more of it today. I mean, yeah, there's a lot more that's not so good, but there's a lot more good television too. But we do thank you for making time in your day to listen to us. We appreciate
and just
that.
Real quick, I want to do a third generation Scooby-Doo cartoon. My father, my brother, and I, and my two nephews. And for my dad to think that his grandsons would still be watching old Scooby-Doo cartoons with him is just crazy. So we're 3 generations on that one. So have a great weekend, Art. Thanks again.
Thanks for calling back, Cynthia. Appreciate it. Bye-bye now. And let's stay in Midland because Al is there. We'll talk to Al this morning. Good morning, Al.
Sir. Hey, this is going to date me a little bit, but
listen, you're talking to me, remember?
Yeah, but we as young people, we had favorite shows growing up that we thought were extremely wonderful, and part of it was the, I don't know, was the theatrics or the goofiness of it. One of my favorite shows growing up, My Favorite Martian.
Oh, I remember that. Sure.
The antennas coming out of his head.
Yeah.
I still got to watch them today, so it's kind of one of those things. As we progress in life, we get more favorites or different favorites, and the other ones they're still favorites, but not the top of the not the top of the pyramid.
There are a couple of shows that you mentioned that one, My Favorite Martian. There are a couple other shows. One of them was Lost in Space. You remember that?
Yeah.
And the other one,
I remember that.
I think one of the funniest shows ever to hit television. I'll give you 2, but one of the ones was because of Robin Williams. Mork and Mindy was hysterical because you never knew what was going to come out of his mouth or what he was going to do.
Sure.
And the other one that I watch to this day on YouTube when I find clips of it is the Carol Burnett show.
Oh, yeah.
where they did the skits and they broke each other up. And that was some of the funniest television ever. Also, the Sid Caesar show. Remember Sid Caesar and all of those shows? They were hysterical back then. Even Gary Moore. Remember Gary Moore? You go back that far?
They still run some of the Carol Burnett shows.
Yeah. I know it.
Occasionally. So I see them occasionally. But,
but they were
I don't
funny.
Have to go to YouTube, but
they were hysterical.
Another one my dad enjoyed, and I didn't get it so much. My mother, see, a lot of these are old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but
yeah, I do.
My dad enjoyed that. But
Mr. Ed, remember Mr. Ed?
Yeah,
Talking
Mr. Ed.
Horse?
I liked that. Bill Bixby was in that one, and he was in the My Favorite Martian one.
Yeah.
And the Courtship of Betty's Father, I thought that was a great show. I like the NCIS and the JAG, like you. Those are probably my 2 top favorites right now, currently. I also liked watching, did I mention the Courtship of Betty's Father?
You mentioned that, yep.
Hey, I enjoyed that show. That was an interesting show. I didn't like All in the Family. I never got into that.
Yeah, well, let's start with the fact that it was way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I don't know that we were all prepared for what the theme was,
I really never got into that. I didn't like the Archie Bunker character. I really didn't. And I didn't like the meathead guy either.
Yeah, the son-in-law.
Yeah.
Well,
Edith was okay, but without the other 2, the show would die. So
yeah.
But I like Mary Tyler Moore and Lou Grant. That whole deal with I liked watching that. I thought that was a very good show with the Mary Tyler Moore when she was at the news.
Oh yeah, it was. Yep, absolutely. Ed Asner played the boss.
Ed Asner, yeah, very good show.
Yeah, it was
a lot of different people in there. So
it's not to say that there are not a lot of good shows on today.
Yeah.
There are, and more choices than ever.
I'm watching right now. They're running reruns according to Jim. It's got John Belushi, one of the Belushi.
Oh my goodness,
Jim Belushi.
Yeah,
and I also like Tim Allen with.
So let me ask you this.
Time.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Al.
Yep.
In today's world, of course, there's over-the-air television, there's cable, and now we have all of these streaming services.
Right.
How many do you have, or would you have?
Well, I'm a cheapskate, so I do the roofing kind of bit. so okay, once in a while I get on YouTube and watch something that I have to watch, but it's short stuff. I don't want to watch a whole hour on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
But what I like what they put on. I have favorite networks. I used to have a different favorite network, but I don't watch them anymore. I used to watch Disney, The Wild World of Disney. I don't watch that anymore. So
yeah, but it comes and goes.
Things change.
All right.
It's just one of those deals. As we grow older, our tastes change and our likes and our dislikes. So.
Absolutely.
So anyhow, you have a nice weekend there, sir.
All right, thanks.
Thank you very much.
You bet, Al. Take care. Another one of my favorites. I watch a lot on the Motor Trend channel. I watch a lot of car shows. And on the Smithsonian Channel, I watch a lot of interesting programs on things that I'm interested in. I love to travel, for example. So I watch Mighty Cruise Ships, and I watch Mighty Trains and shows like that. And there are a whole bunch of others that I watch, too. Let's talk to Mike in Thomas Township. Can't be far from me. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, well, I am right now. I'm on the way home.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, we're about by Bryant. We went out to that tractor show out there, Robert.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
It was fun. Anyway, well, I'm going way back on my favorite show. You probably won't even remember it. Yancey Derringer.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember shows. I remember shows back in the 50s, Bat Masterson, and I mean, listen, when I was a kid growing up, my hero was Hopalong Cassidy. So, and Howdy Doody, of course.
Yeah, well, everybody watched Howdy Doody Time, and but yeah, I liked, but I do like the NCIS shows now. I mean, I do watch those, and I don't know if Mark Harmon's ever going to come back, though. I'm not.
They've left that door open, which they're very good at, and he still is the executive producer. So it's up to him. He can decide.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. So, but the show is doing well, and I like it. I do miss some of the cast that were on there that left, but
that happens.
Yeah. So, but anyway, and I like the comedy shows and stuff, and of course I'm a gearhead, so I do like most.
Yeah.
And
I watch a lot of Motor Trend shows. My favorites on Motor Trend. I like Chasing Classic Cars with Wayne Carini.
Oh, yeah.
I watch that whenever it's on.
Yeah.
And I watch some others. There's Kindig's show that's on, and
there's a wonderful body, man. I'll tell you.
Oh, some of the work these guys do. I used to love Overhauling when it was on Fresh. Now every now and then you catch the repeats, but I like Chip Foose. Just fabulous work.
They were at the Detroit Auto Show years and years ago. I met them when they were there, and but yeah, that was wonderful designs that the guys did.
Good stuff.
Yep.
I mean, I even find myself watching the auctions once in a while. Meekum auction when it's on.
Yeah, when it's
Barrett Jackson.
2 million.
Oh yeah, they've got one coming up. The Meekum folks have one coming up. I think it's next week. I'm not positive. I got to check the date, but it's all these supercars and hypercars.
Oh, God,
and, when you see a Bugatti on the line, it's going for millions. So it's going to be interesting to see. Be interesting to watch. Yeah, we can dream. That's right. We can dream. All right.
Hey, I got to tell you, out at this show out here, though, there's thousands of tractors out here. No electric tractors. I asked a few of them. I said, "You got to be kidding. You'll never see one." I said, "Well, got to do something."
Well, never say never.
So, no, but
never say never. You may not see one in a collector's show, but I gotta believe the day is coming when if it won't be totally electric, it'll be hybrid.
I think hybrids are great.
I do too. I think that's the answer.
But they don't seem to be pushing that. They just ain't got no traction whatsoever.
Nope. But to me, that's the right answer because even if your battery runs out, you got the backup. I just love the idea of a hybrid.
And the batteries, yeah, they never really run out because the thing's always charging. They got
in a hybrid, yeah.
And,
in a hybrid,
and so that's what I'm saying. That's the way to go. But can't convince the administration. No place for them.
All right, Mike.
Okay, take care, my friend.
Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye now. Yep. All right, 989-752-6111. Put you in touch with us, talking about favorite television shows, old and new. And it's kind of a free-for-all Friday. We have kind of a fun on Friday. Let's get away from the serious stuff for a while and do something else. Next week, I think we're going to try and do another one of our You Can Only Talk Positive shows. Remember that? We did that a while back. We're going to do that again next week. But for now, we're talking about TV and some of your favorite things on television, old and new. And boy, I remember some of those old ones. It's amazing how fresh some of the memories are of watching Hopalong Cassidy and Gene Autry and Roy Rogers and Lash LaRue and the Bat Masterson show and some of the shows that you can find played back today. Gunsmoke you can find all the time. It's on cable all the time. Some of those old shows bring back a lot of fond memories.
Unlock big savings with 11% off everything at Menards. Coordinate the look of your home with complementing finishes and styles from Schlag lock sets. Menards carries over 50 styles of interior and exterior lock sets. Check out our great selection to secure your home with a reliable, durable lock today and save with 11% off all Schlag lock sets. Good through August 21st. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBE.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Summer is here, the perfect time to save some money. Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save at RocketGrabPlus.com? You can check out all of our deals going on right now from Tri-City Motor Speedway, One Up Games and Repairs, JB's Market in Munger, Norrie's of Auburn, Daylight Outfitters, and more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too, using cutting-edge approaches. Pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW online poll is about the new political party. Former Democratic and Republican Party members who plan to form this new party called Forward, initially co-led by former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang and Christine Todd Whitman, the former Republican governor of New Jersey. The Forward Party says it's going to aim to appeal to millions of voters who say they are dismayed with what they see as America's dysfunctional two-party system. The party describes itself as centrist, stating that it's not left, it's not right.
Forward Party is about that common sense, consensus, majority view.
So our poll question to you is this. What's your early reaction to the formation of a new political party? Would you say this, that you identify as Republican, but you might support Forward? You identify as Democrat, you might support Forward. Maybe you don't identify either Republican or Democrat, but you still might support Forward, or you don't think you're going to support Forward at all. Head to WSW.com, scroll down the homepage, find the poll box, and make your vote that way. We'll find out if Forward will be able to move forward.
The Morning Team, weekdays 5:30 till 9 on WSGW. Thank you for being with 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
All right, we're back here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, and let's go back to our phones. Chris is in Bay City. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
Hey, I just want to say thanks for having such a positive show today.
Yeah, having fun.
LSMFT.
LFMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. That's what I think of.
Jack Benny. I've been watching the old Jack Benny shows.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, that does go back.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe was only 24.
Yeah. Wow. Jack Benny and his old car, and who was his sidekick? I forgot the guy's name.
Rochester.
Yes. Boy, those do go back. They do go back. Great. Good stuff.
Okay, that's all.
All right, Chris. Thanks.
All right.
Appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye now. And Dan is in Bay County. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm going to throw a few of these at you. They're going back a ways and then in different categories. The Cisco Kid.
Yep, with, what was his name?
His name was, his sidekick, his name was Poncho. Right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the actor.
I don't remember the name.
I used to know it. Oh, Cisco Kid was, I can't remember. Anyway, that was a great one.
Also Zorro.
Zorro, yep.
The old
Zorro.
It was Guy Williams.
Sure.
Yeah. So I used to like that show as well. Another one growing up, I used to watch a lot of was American Bandstand.
Yep. Dick Clark in the original one.
Right, in the 60s and early 70s, but mostly in the 60s. And that was one of the shows I used to like. Now, as far as like the shows, other shows like series shows, I like watching Dynasty and the North and South.
Oh yeah, yep, the soap opera shows.
And as far as a cartoon type of show, I used to like to watch Yogi Bear.
Yeah, me too. Yogi Bear and the Roadrunner. Love those two.
Yeah.
Hey, and the Cisco Kid. Cisco Kid was Leo Carrillo.
Leo Carrillo?
Leo Carrillo. Yep. That was
and
it.
As far as today, most of the shows that I like today either have to do with sports or game shows.
Yep.
Price is Right. Price is Right is one of the ones I think of.
Yep.
That comes to mind. And many of these other series type of shows don't exist. And the other ones that do are on today just don't interest me like the old ones do.
Yeah. Let's listen. We mature, our tastes change, It's the way it happens.
But that's what I gather.
Good.
As far as what I like. And
all right. Excellent, Dad. Appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thanks for taking the call.
Oh, you bet. Anytime. Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
And Russ in Bay City before we take a break. Russ, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Well, I gave up TV 8 years ago, but one of my favorite TV shows always made me laugh so hard was Match Game with Gene Razor.
Oh, yes. Gene Razor. There's a name out of the past.
Oh, my God. That would, I would come home from school, and I'd watch that before I'd go out and play. It would make me laugh so hard.
Yeah, listen, a lot of those things,
but
it was, I think what's happened today, back then, it was very basic, good, clean humor.
Yeah.
And somehow today they feel they have to get risque. Yeah, once in a while, but it wasn't risque like it would be today. It's changed, It's
for its time, it was a little naughty. But
that was fun, though.
It was a lot of fun.
And another one like that, Dating Game, was another one that was interesting.
Well, Dating Game was a showcase for up-and-coming stars.
In many ways, it was. Yes, indeed.
I mean, a lot of the people that became huge stars were contestants on the Dating Game.
That's right.
And you know who else was? Oh, God, what was his name now? Oh, God, that serial killer in California. That everyone said he looked so good and everything, and they couldn't believe he was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ted Bundy.
Oh, okay.
Was a contestant.
Yeah. Back before Ted Bundy was Ted Bundy, yeah.
On the Dating Game.
Or maybe during the time he was Ted Bundy. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
All right. It's good stuff.
I mean, they were just fun.
Yep, they were. Good stuff.
But that's my stuff.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too, Russ. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye now. Take a break. Lines open for you. Your favorite TV shows, past or present.
Consider a move to Wellspring Senior Living Campus in Saginaw.
There's a huge amount of trust that's built in that process of deciding where you're going to move, when you're going to sell your house. It's important when you walk into a place that you look around. Do the residents look happy? Are the staff interacting with them? How were you treated when you walked through the door? This is the next step to your journey. I want to give the right recommendation. I want to and they've trusted me.
Schedule a tour today at wellspringlutheran.com.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right. Start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structure are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building, fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
Hey guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now is the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-915-8288 and packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy, 800-915-8288 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-915-8288 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Call U.S. Pharmacy right now, 800-915-8288. That's 800-915-8288.
Coming soon in the Great Lakes Bay region,
the Alzheimer's Association annual Walk to End Alzheimer's events will be taking place. These walks are the world's largest fundraisers for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. You can join the fight against Alzheimer's by walking in Saginaw on September 10th, in Bay City on October 1st, and Midland on October 8th. You can find Walk to End Alzheimer's information on the Wsgw.com homepage, clicking on the Walk to End Alzheimer's box.
All right, we're back on the Art Lewis Show. Back to our phones. Bill is in Big D down in Dallas. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, Art. I just wanted to start with saying a belated congratulations for getting in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you.
And I wanted to, I remember I used to listen to a gentleman by the name of Dave Barber. He was on.
Oh, yeah.
WSDL.
I knew Dave well.
And yes, and he used to start his show when someone would call and they'd say, "How are you?" Dave would say, "Do you care?" And,
yeah, Dave.
You know, Art, your listeners care. Your listeners really care. So congratulations, my friend.
I appreciate
well
that.
Deserved.
Thank you very much. I remember Dave very, very well. Never worked with him. We never were employed by the same company at the same time. But he was Dave was a piece of work. That boy, he was unique. I remember him so well.
I remember he would call the mayor there in Flint and just all kinds of crazy things.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he knew he was, in a way, Dave was a bit ahead of his time in terms of what we fondly refer to today as shock radio. He had no qualms about it. I mean, he was more than happy to shock you.
Yes, I really missed him when he left our market. I missed that. But as far as TV shows, I'll keep this brief.
That's all right.
At this time, I enjoy watching old shows, like Perry Mason and them, because I like looking at.
You like looking at what?
I like looking at all the old cars.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I don't know if you have cable or not, but do you live in Dallas now?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas right now.
Yeah. So I don't know if you get the Motor Trend Network. You probably do. But the Motor Trend Network has all these car shows with old cars. And I'm like you. I like seeing those shows where they either customize or restore old cars. I can watch them for hours. And
I'm with you there.
I love those shows.
All that stuff.
Yeah, and I really Overhauling, I think, was my favorite, mainly because I like Chip Foose so much. And the show was great because you learn stuff too about how they do that work, and it's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of good. All righty, I won't take up any more of your valuable time, Art. Congratulations. You have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for calling, Bill. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
Yes, the modern world, folks, because you can be heard everywhere. And that's the case. I say it all the time, if you want to call the show from wherever you are, most companies don't charge you long distance and roaming anymore. So just dial 989-752-6111. I mentioned earlier that my wife and I watch a lot of the Food Network and the Cooking Channel. And I have some favorites. I mean, it's amazing how some of these people have taken on a life of their own. Like, for example, Guy Fieri. Prior to the Food Network, you never would have heard of Guy Fieri. And then he won the next Food Network Star competition. And now he is pretty much the face of the Food Network. He's everywhere. Every time you turn around, they've created a new show for Guy Fieri. The same can be true of Bobby Flay. Every time you turn around, there's Bobby Flay. And every time you turn around, there's Alex Gornishelli. These chefs, which is what they were before they became TV stars, have become TV stars. They've put it's interesting in a way that they've sort of glamorized the chef profession and probably have attracted a lot of people to look into becoming a culinarian. And then when you get into the real world, you find out the real world is nothing like the TV show. You find out just how bad the hours are, how hard the work is. You have to have a real passion for it to do it. But we like watching them. I mean, you know, it's just we'll watch that. We watch, well, let's see. We watch Beat Bobby Flay, and we watch Fieri shows. I mean, diners, drive-ins, and drives is everywhere. It's all over the place. And we watch that. They're fun. We watch the Alex Gornishelli show where she is challenged by 3 people from America. There's all kinds of them. I mean, I remember the days, in the early days of the Food Network, when Iron Chef, not Iron Chef America, but Iron Chef was on the air from Japan, and it had subtitles and a translator, and it was funny to watch. I mean, it was funny to watch this show, but yet it was very serious in the way they did things. And it was the forerunner of Iron Chef America, which, you know, was on for a number of years on the Food Network, and you constantly see the replays now. Just you know, it's a release. It takes you away from every day. And that's sometimes what we need to do. We'll take our last break, and then we will be back to close out.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Daylight Outfitters. You are going to get 1 hour of axe throwing for a group of 4, or 1 hour of video archery for a group of 4 for only $40. It's usually $80, but you are getting it half off. Daylight Outfitters is located at 664 West Midland. Axe throwing participants must be 10 and up. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $14 billion were stolen last year alone. Now, it can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. And LifeLock.com by Norton, they make it simple and easy to protect yourself. And if you become a victim, they're going to work to fix it for you. Now, look, no one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can now save up to 25% off their first year when you use the promo code Hannity and call 1-800-LifeLock or just go to LifeLock.
You know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681.
You could win a family 4-pack of tickets to see the Tigers play just for signing up for the WSGW newsletter. The WSGW newsletter is free. It will arrive in your inbox each weekday morning. You'll find links to the top local news stories covered by WSGW. Local news from Saginaw, Bay City, Midland region. Get signed up for the WSGW newsletter by September 7th for your chance to win the family 4-pack of Tigers tickets. Sign up online at WSGW.com.
Trying to find when and where you can hear the Tigers, Red Wings, Michigan football and basketball, Saginaw Spirit hockey, and SVSU football on WSGW? Just click on the sports broadcast box on WSGW.com for complete game time listings. That's WSGW.com.
The Art Lewis Show, weekday mornings at 9 on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right. That'll do it. That does it for the Art Lewis Show for this Friday. We, of course, thank you for joining us, as always. Coming up on Focus, we're going to talk to someone from D Street Promotions about the Parkapalooza coming up. So that will happen right after the news. We have news next from CBS, the national and international report. We'll have the local report for you. And then I will be back with Focus right after the news.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSG.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by General Steel.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. There's a stark warning today from the UN Secretary General about Europe's largest nuclear plant. It's in the crosshairs of the fight in Ukraine.
The area needs to be demilitarized. Any potential damage to Zaporizhia is suicide.
Antonio Guterres with that plea as both Ukraine and Russia point fingers of blame for military attacks in the area, which is controlled by Russian forces. CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
You've got the UN, the United States, the IAEA striking the Russians and Ukrainians saying this is a potentially catastrophic situation there. Yet there has been no progress of any suggestion that either side is either Ukraine will stop shelling those areas or that the Russians will withdraw and demilitarize not just the plant, but the regions around the plant.
The possible crimes have been outlined, but more detail from the affidavit that prompted the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago is still to come. A judge has ordered redacted portions to be released. Former federal prosecutor Scott Frederickson.
We can look forward to discovering a few more tantalizing. For the most part, we're not going to see the core of what in.
Now to Alabama, where authorities have arrested a 39-year-old in connection with a string of apparently random shootings along Interstate 85.
During a search of Mr. Brown's vehicle, the Auburn Police Department located a large cache of firearms and ammunition, to include more than 2,000 rounds of ammunition. We also recovered the firearm that we believed was used in all three shootings.
Auburn, Alabama Assistant Police Chief Michael Harris says one driver suffered a serious head wound. Turning to the synthetic opioid fentanyl, it's responsible for nearly 70% of deadly overdoses, and it's the leading cause of death now. 45 years old. Ann Milgram, administrator at the Drug Enforcement Administration, tells CBS Mornings.
Social media it's essentially a superhighway. It's also anonymous. And again, think about, someone doesn't have to walk to a street corner to buy drugs. You have kids sitting in their bedroom. Anyone with a smartphone has a drug dealer with them.
Sunday is National Fentanyl Prevention and Awareness Day. At least 2 or 3 people aboard 2 small planes were killed when they collided yesterday while trying to land at an airport in Watsonville, California. This man saw it happen.
It was too horrific collision. It wasn't like they just barely rubbed up against each other. It was almost like a missile hitting another plane.
An investigation into the cause is underway. The Dow is down 246, S&P off 50. This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom-designed building made by General Steel. Just call 877-25-STEEL. Hey.
Let me tell you about the Lumberjack restaurant in West Branch. If you're fixing for one of those meals where you need to wear a trash bag to eat it, then the Lumberjack restaurant has the answers to your cravings. Try the Big Axe Burger. Double ground beef patty, bacon, mushrooms, onions, cheese, with a big old pile of pot roast and barbecue sauce on top that'll make you go, oh, wait! So get your axe up to the Lumberjack restaurant of West Branch. Exit 212, I-75, where hunger goes to die.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. Like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no fast way then.
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
If you're missing this informative ad, you must love wasting your cash.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Now it's all been said, so whip that earphone was out, put it back in your head.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
72 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Ian Williams. Saginaw Star's bus system is holding a public hearing today at 3:15 to review new route system and services. The hearing will be held in the Star's headquarters boardroom at 615 Johnson Street. Anyone unable to attend can send written comments to Executive Director Glenn Steffens by mail or email at g/stars.com. All Stars fixed route buses can take riders from their closest bus stop to and from headquarters for free to attend the hearing. Police in Grand Blanc Township needed an assist from a state police helicopter Wednesday night when a car driving nearly 150 miles per hour led them on a chase along I-475 in the city of Flint. Police say the driver, a 23-year-old Flint man, was drag racing a Dodge Challenger Hellcat against another unidentified vehicle on 475. When police attempted to pull them over, the man fled the scene, driving through the city of Flint before coming to a stop. Was able to keep tabs on the car as it sped through the city streets. Police on the ground were able to make an arrest on charges of fleeing and eluding. A Michigan man described as a leader of the white supremacist group The Base has been sentenced to 56 months to 20 years in prison. Attorney General Dana Ncis says Washtenaw County Judge Patrick Conlon sentenced Justin Watkins Monday after he pleaded guilty to one count of gang membership. Ncis says Watkins used intimidation tactics at a family's home and posted messages to other The Base members targeting the home. The new sentence corrects an investigation imposed in July. Nessel spokeswoman says the original sentence of 56 to 72 months violated the law because maximum sentence ranges must be the same as the charge's maximum penalty. WSGW News Time is 11:07.
Are you ready for retirement? Well, Jason and Carl Kreiderman with Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a new book that can help make retiring easier. In Empower Your Retirement, they talk about how a well-thought-out financial plan can make the difference between just surviving and thriving in retirement. Using everyday language, this book explores how a simple process can help you cover all the bases of your financial life, including how taxes can affect your retirement and much more. Your finances are too important to leave to chance. Empower Your Retirement is written to help you understand the must-dos to prepare for the retirement you desire. Get your free copy of Empower Your Retirement by calling 989-848-1188. 848-1188. And for more on retirement planning, tune into Jason and Carl's radio show, Your Financial Empower Hour, every Sunday morning at 8. Firm provides insurance services, investment advisory services offered by Great Lakes Investment Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor firm in the state of Michigan. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
WSGW News Time is 11:08. Prisoners got violent in northern Michigan yesterday. 4 officers at the Baraga Correctional Facility were seriously hurt after 5 maximum security prisoners attacked them during yard time yesterday morning. Michigan Department of Corrections spokesperson Chris Gautz said the officers were sent to the hospital after the attack to sustain serious injuries.
The 5 prisoners who led the attack were detained by the officers who came to assist, and then they were eventually transported to the 2 other maximum security facilities here in the state.
Quick and unprovoked, but staff immediately called in backup. Tasers and chemical agents were used to stop the attack. The officers who were hurt have since been treated and released. Michigan is now on high alert for polio. Brooke Allen reports.
Polio, that was thought to be eradicated in the United States, has been spreading for months in the New York City area, and that has health on high alert as immunization rates continue to drop.
Because of the COVID pandemic, we have found that the number of kids who've been vaccinated for what are vaccine preventable diseases, that is going down significantly. We know it's been much harder to get in to see the doctor just for your regular. So lots of kids are behind.
That is Ruth Kraut, the Deputy Health Officer for the Washtenaw County Health Department. She says the polio vaccine has been around for years and is extremely safe. If your child needs the vaccine, you can contact or pediatrician. I'm Brooke Allen for the Michigan News Network.
When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom 752-0790. It's 11:10. I'm Ann Williams.
Here's your WSGW Weatherology Forecast. We'll see mostly sunny skies here for your day today with a high into the mid-80s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then sky conditions with a low around 64. By Saturday, a chance for showers and thunderstorms here late. Partial sunshine develops, a high around 86. Then on Sunday, a chance for showers and storms again, cloudy, high of 79. Monday, a slight chance for some rain showers here. Blend of clouds and sunshine develops, high of 81 degrees. Then by Tuesday, mostly sunny sky conditions. We'll see high of 83. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Vuchitsky with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Currently, it's 72.
It's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Welcome to another edition of Focus on WSGW, brought to you by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at getroofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. RoofMax with 2 X's. Today we're going to learn about a program called Parkapalooza, put on by D Street Promotions. And from D Street, we say good morning to Georgie Poprib. Georgie, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for calling. So I want to talk, before we get into Parkapalooza, tell us a little bit about D Street Promotions.
Sure. D Street Music Foundation is a nonprofit organization. We have been around for about 15 years now. We focus on 3 main things. One is to bring music to the community, either at no cost or low cost. We also have our bandwagon program. That is when we bring in used instruments, usually donated to us, and then we refurbish them and lend them out to students who would not normally be able to afford instruments. And then we also have our scholarship program. We provide 3 $1,000 scholarships to students throughout the year. So generally music-minded students, those that are either going into some sort of music field or would like to take music lessons, we sometimes do that as well.
And D Street is focused on music. That is the core principle, isn't it?
We are, yes. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Parkapalooza. What is it and how did it come about?
You bet. We are having our Parkapalooza Freeland event this Sunday, August 21st, from noon until 8. It will be at Hayes Park, which is formerly known as Tittabawassee Township Park.
Sure.
And Parkapalooza, we have had Parkapalooza around since the inception of D Street Music Foundation. Generally, we hold our Parkapaloozas at Sanford Park. That's where we began. And we then expanded about 7 years ago to having a Parkapalooza both in June and in September. Usually our June event would be either in Bay City or Freeland. This year we chose to have our September event in Freeland. And so this is where we will be having it this year in Freeland. And it's been around. We've been holding our events since for the last 15 years.
And you mentioned, what time do you start and you go till when?
Noon until 8.
That's a lot of music.
Thankfully, we have local bands that donate their time to provide music to the community through this event. So we will have 8 bands, and we will have a rockin' time. That's the plan.
So each band has maybe 40 minutes on stage, and then there's time to switch instruments and all that.
They'll play about a 40 or 45-minute set. And then in between, we will have like T-shirt giveaways. We have fun little things in between, generally to keep the audience entertained.
Mm-hmm. Is
band shift?
Is this a fundraiser? And if it is, how do you raise money?
It is a slight fundraiser, yes. We have sponsors that have provided funds for us to put this on. We have Fullerton Tools, Sierra Chevrolet, and Herder Music Center, who have all donated toward making this event happen. We also will have a small raffle at our event as well. But our goal mainly is just to provide music to the community.
And that's how you can do it for free, because you have those sponsors.
All of our bands play for free. They donate their time to be there. So that's very helpful.
Bands play for free. You've got sponsors. You do the raffle. Sounds like the perfect event.
Well, we on top of that, it is definitely very much a family fun event. We'll have inflatables for the kids from High County Jumpers. Home Depot will be there for their make and take crafts.
Oh, wow.
We'll have food trucks.
You've anticipated my next question. It's got to be food in an 8-hour day. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, indeed. Food vendors there, ranging from, pizza to snow cones. So we'll have barbecue. Quite a few different vendors will be there for all of the takings of the food. So, we will definitely cover that area.
So is it one stage and you rotate on that one stage?
Yes, we'll just have one stage this time around. Thankfully, in Hayes Park, there is a stage that is a permanent stage, and we'll be utilizing that. Also, a fun little tidbit is that there will be Teslas on site. So if you
really,
Sarah Chevrolet will be bringing some of their Teslas. So those that want to get an up close and personal view at a Tesla, they'll be there.
All right. Hang on. We got to take a break, and we'll be back talking to Georgie Popre from D Street Music Promotions, the Music Foundation, and we will be back.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace RoofMax.
RoofMax, a safe, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-6751 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more. All for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Plus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Daylight Outfitters. You are going to get 1 hour of axe throwing for a group of 4 or 1 hour of video archery for a group of 4 for only $40. It's usually $80, but you are getting it half off. Daylight Outfitters is located at 664 West Isabella Road in Midland. Axe throwing participants must be 10 and up. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine.
First, Tim Roller on casting king salmon in the rivers. In our second hour, we're heading to the St. Mary's River to talk about fishing for Atlantics with Jason Karstens of True North Guide Service. In our third hour, it's Bill Hahn of Jay's Sporting Goods. He's helping us get ready for the fall hunting season. Listen Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 9 on WSGW.
Now, a WSGW morning team show memorable moment.
I was getting my teeth cleaned yesterday while sitting there, and
working around.
Yeah, I start hearing a Green Day song.
Really?
And I pondered while sitting there. Just thought, considered edgy during my college years, is now being played in dentist's office. Now I know I'm getting old.
Yeah, definite sign. The WSGW morning team show. It could be an ideal day for a round of golf, Charlie.
Oh.
I was scheduled to play in one today, but I'm not entirely over my sciatica that I've been fighting for months, so I won't be participating. But Art's going to do it.
Does he need a caddy?
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to condescend to being Art's caddy.
Yes, there are many things that Dave might have to do in his life, but caddying for Art Lewis, certainly not one of them.
Memorable moments are made with you. Weekday mornings with Charlie and Dave and Pat. On WSGW. You are with WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
And we are back with you here on Focus, talking to Georgie Poprave from the D Street Music Foundation about the Parkapalooza. And again, the date of that, Georgie?
That will be this Sunday, August 21st, at Hayes Park in Freeland from noon until 8.
And if I remember right, there's plenty of parking, and it's an easy park to get in and out of.
Yes, there's plenty of parking. Parking is free. Admission is free as well. We do not charge the public to come enjoy the music and the activities that we have.
Do you have a list of some of the bands that are available?
I sure do, yes. We have some great all-time favorites here in the Tri-City area. At noon, we have Cold Cut Trio. They will be on. At 1 o'clock, The Rock Show will be rocking it out. At 2 o'clock, we'll have Marsupial Cream Pie. At 3, I know, I love these band names.
Yeah.
At 3, we'll have. At 4 o'clock, Lori and the Lefties will be playing. At 5 o'clock, Coleman Road will be on stage. At 6 o'clock, we'll have Tweed and Dixie. And at 7 o'clock, to close us out, we will have the Hypocrites.
Oh, that's a big lineup. And
it's a big lineup.
It's neat that they all donate to the cause.
It's wonderful. You know, we have such a great relationship with the local bands here in this area because they know that we care about music and we want to just be able to showcase what they're capable of doing. They provide their services for free to us, a good cause, as we try and raise money for our scholarship program.
So let's talk for a minute about D Street and how, for example, let's say a parent has a youngster who's going to go into a music program. Maybe they can't afford the instrument. How can they find out about your services?
All of our information, our applications are online at dstreet.org. And it's a very simple form to fill out. And we will get back with anybody who submits an online form. We have quite a large bandwagon inventory. We try to keep at least 3 or 4 instruments in each category ready for lending at any point in time. So if anybody is interested, feel free to check us out at dstreet.org, not just for the bandwagon applications, but also for our scholarship applications as well.
Let me
ask. Sorry.
That's all right. I was going to ask about the instruments. If somebody has an instrument to donate, maybe it's not in the best of shape and needs a little work. For example, let me give you an example of what I mean. Maybe somebody owns a clarinet, but the pads are old and need to be replaced. Will you still take that instrument?
We sure will. We have a great relationship with Herder Music. They do a wonderful job helping us out to replace any sort of parts for our instruments that we need. We sometimes get instruments that just can't be repaired.
Yeah.
And we oftentimes will try to give those to local art groups that can do different artistic things with them.
Sure.
So we do try to move things along so that anybody in any kind of artistic area can utilize these.
And is there a website?
Yes, dstreet.org. We have everything that you need there. If you need to contact us regarding having an instrument that you'd like to donate, you can do that. Also, our scholarship and our bandwagon applications are online as well.
And you do take cash donations as well.
Of course we will.
Of course you will. All
At
right.
any point in time, we will take those.
So, Georgie, Hayes Park this Sunday. Gates open at what time?
At noon.
Noon?
Gates will open at noon.
All right.
Yep, and-
No charge to get in, free parking. What a day.
For the whole family. And a wide variety of music to meet anybody's interest.
Well, Georgie, thanks for spending a little time with us and good luck with it. I'm sure we'll talk to you down the road about your next project, whenever that is.
Thanks again, Art.
All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye now. Georgie Poprave with D Street Music Foundation. We thank her for joining us. Stick around. We'll be back for the ticker tip of the day from Baird & Company.
Branham's Jewelry presents an exclusive Levion event. One day only at each Branham's location. West Branch, August 24th. East Tawas, August 25th.